Alright, hey, my name is Dutch and I'm going to show you how I designed this little jewelry box using Inkscape. This is like my fourth try at this, so let's see if I can get it right this time. This jewelry box is 8 inches wide by about 4.5 inches deep, and the top comes off like that. And then what you have is you have these drawers underneath, and you have one, two. Now you can make as many drawers as you want here. Oops. You can make as many drawers as you want. I screwed it up already, but you get the picture. You can make as many of these drawers as you want. You can have them with the four-way split or just the full open pocket like this one. And then there's also a pocket on the very bottom for stuff. But you can do it with one drawer, two drawers, three drawers, 5, 10, as many as you want to put in there, as many as you want to cut. So let me show you how I made it or designed it. Now, normally in Inkscape I don't use colors and I draw in the outline mode with a pen of 0, but for demonstration purposes I will be drawing in color with a pen of 0.01. If you want to know more about the outline mode and the pen 0, check the link up here if there is one. If not, look for my video labeled Inkscape Quick Tip number 1. So I'm going to start with a rectangle, and I'm going to draw it at random size, it doesn't matter. And up here on the width, I'm going to make it 8 inches. And I'm going to make it 4.5 inches tall. 4.5. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do path, object to path. And then when I double click it, you'll see the nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to select these two nodes, and I'm going to hit this plus sign up here, which will put a node right in between those two. And then unclick on it and then just select that node, and I'm going to come up here and hit make node symmetric. So now you see the handles popped up there. Try to zoom in as much as I can here so you can see it better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my control key and I'm going to pull down on this node. That'll make it go straight down. Even if I get off a little bit, it'll still go straight down. I'm going to pull it down about a 1/2 inch. And if you look down here when you're pulling, it'll tell you how far you're pulling it down. So I want to pull it down about a 1/2 inch. So 0.49, 0.49, close enough. Now I'm still holding the control key. I'm going to grab one of the handles and I'm going to pull outward to the left or right, whatever. So I'm just going to pull it until I get a nice shape that I like. And that's going to be like the bottom and the top. So I'm going to make a Control C, Control V. I'm going to put one up here and I'm going to hit a Control V again and put another one here. Zoom back in on this one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this and I'm going to hit Control D, which is duplicate. And you'll be like, well, nothing happened. I'm just going to make it a different color and you'll see that there is actually one there. So I got that. I'm going to put it back, and now I'm going to do a path inset. And now I inset at a 1/4 inch. And if you don't know where to set your insets, go to Edit, Preferences, Behavior, Steps, Inset Outset, and I made it 0.25 inch. And just for this demo too, I also changed the arrow key move by 0.25 inch. It just makes it easier for some other steps along here. So change both of those and you can change them back to whatever you need to at any time. Okay, with that done, I need a 3/4 inch lip back here for the back support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this box, double click it till the nodes come up, and select those two nodes, and I already know I have a 1/4 inch from here to here, and my arrow key will move those two nodes down a 1/4 inch at a time. So if I do it once, twice, that's a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to take another box, make this one a different color again, make it an ugly color, whatever, let me see, make it kind of a gold color, and I'm going to make it 0.75 high. Right now I'm not worried about the width, 0.75. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn on my snaps. That's this here, snap bounding boxes, and I'm going to turn on the corner snap, the midpoint snap, and the center snap. And now when I put this on here, you'll see the little right there, it says bounding box. It's snapped to the center there. And if I zoom in real close, you can see that's about 3/4 of an inch. So close enough for this demonstration, but that's just how you do it. Now I'm going to come up here. Now that's the bottom, and then this will be the back that'll connect to it later. Now I'm going to come over here to this one, and I'm going to take my Bezier pen tool. I'm going to hold my control key, and I'm going to pull straight down. And you can make it as long as you can make it a little bit longer, it doesn't matter. And then double click at the end when you're done, and it'll just give you a straight line. Now I'm going to snap it to the center here if I can. Close enough. That line is snapped to the center. I'm going to select that line, hold my shift key, select the box, and I'm going to do path, and I'm going to do a division. And what that does is it gives me two separate pieces. So, and this piece I'm going to make another color again so I can keep things under control. I'll make it that color green. And I want to bring that home. So I hit the home key, so now it should be on top. Hit the home key to bring it to the top. So that's my drawer, or that's going to be one of my drawers. But before I do that, I need to actually bring it down that three-quarters of an inch. So if I double click it, do this, select those two, and then hit 1, 2, 3. That brings me down to where I need to be. Now I want to hit that. I'm going to do a Control D again, which is duplicate, and I'll change that to a dark color, and it's there, just so you know. Well, that's too dark. It's there. So, and then I'm going to do a path, Inset again, and you know my Inset is already set up for a 1/4 inch, and that'll give you your 1/4 inch pocket with your thing. Now I'm going to select that and that, that and that, and I'm going to just drag them off here for a second. Now I'm going to draw a box. I'll make that a different color just so you can see what I'm doing. I'll make it dark, and I want that to be a 1/2 inch wide. So up here I'm going to do a width of 0.5. At this point the height doesn't matter, and I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to hold my control key again and pull out at a 45-degree angle. That'll keep the circle symmetric. And I'm going to hit the lock now up here, the little lock, and that'll keep it symmetric when I size it. So 0.25 on that also. Oh, I mean 0.5, excuse me, 0.5. So it's the same size as this. Now I'm going to take this and put it on there, and you'll see it snapped. It snapped the center to the very edge of this, so it's halfway through. And now I need to make one more hole. Same thing, hold the control key, pull out so it stays symmetrical, and this one needs to be 0.25. So 0.25, 1/4 inch, and I'll make that a light green. And I'm going to put that one, you'll see the center, it says snap to center. There you go. Now I'm going to grab that little box, the bigger circle, and I'm going to do a path, and I'm going to do a union. That'll make it one piece. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to select both, so I got the outside box and the inside box, and go over here and I'm going to hook it to that corner. So now this is lined up with that corner. I'm going to zoom out, I'm going to select my whole box, and I'm going to put that one, I'm going to snap it to the bottom corner here. You'll see when it happens, if I can get it to snap there, to down here, right there. Okay, now it's snapped. If you have trouble snapping, just go in close and you can get it better. Now I'm going to select this outside light green. I'm going to hold my shift key and select this darker thing up here, this little knob, and I'm going to go path, and I'm going to do a union. And then if you select this, well, if I do this, if I just highlight this half, I have one complete drawer right now. But I'm going to do a Control Z right now for a minute, and I want to do this circle, and I'm going to hit Control D again. Now I'm going to select the box, the green box, and one circle. I'm going to pull it off to the side. So when I drill my hole, when it cuts there, I know where to drill on my bottom to put the dowel. So that's how that works. Now this is your basic drawer. And what I'll do is I will take this, I will do a Control C, Control V, and I will mirror it up here with a mirror. And this one is going to go on this side. And I'm going to do again, I'm going to select that circle and do a Control D, click off, and then I'm going to select the circle, this, and the one circle. I'm going to hit Path, or Object, Group. I'm going to do the same thing. This one, I'm going to do Control C, Control V, because we're going to modify this one. And I'm going to take this one and do Object, Group. I'm going to put that one right there. So that's basically what the box is going to look like. And then I'm going to just take this and move it out. So I got a little bit of clearance in between there and there. This will probably have to be cleaned up at the end, but there, that's basic. Now let's zoom in on this. Sorry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another rectangle. This one is going to be, I'm going to make it a 1/4 inch wide, 0.25. Not worried about the height. Oops, I'm going to turn off my lock too while I'm at it. And I'm going to hit the center of this. And I'm going to stretch it just above the green. And the same thing down here. I'm going to pull it just above the green. So that'll split that. I'm going to do a Control C, Control V. I'm going to rotate it 90, which is this button up here. I'm going to zoom in a bit more again. Oh, that's there. That's the midpoint, and it's already stretched far enough. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to hold the Shift key, select the other one. I'm going to do a Path, Union. And with that still selected, I'm going to hold the Shift key again and grab this inner dark green box. And I'm going to hit Path, and I'm going to do Division. And now I'm going to get rid of that X, right? Whoops. I'm going to get rid of the X in the middle. Doop. Delete. So this will be cut on the outside, and this will be the 4 pockets for 4 separate compartments for the little jewelry box. And, oops. We'll just go ahead and, just so you can differentiate the colors. 2, 3, 4, and we'll make that darker blue. And of course, I'm going to do a Control C, Control V. I'm going to mirror it. And there's your basic parts right there for the whole box. You can stop watching now because it just is rinse and repeat here. I'm going to do an object group, or you can, I'll show you how I get them to move like I did. Object group. And the way you do that is, now that that's grouped, I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to click, it's already selected, and I'm going to click on it again, and you'll see these change to rotation, and you'll see a little red crosshair in the middle. You drag that crosshair up as close as you can get it to the middle of this circle up here. And now when I click it and hit rotate, it'll rotate from right at that point. And I can do this one, and if I take that little X and move it to the center of that circle again, somewhere close anyway. I'm not looking for perfection here. And if I do that, I can rotate that drawer out too. So, and then all you got to do is actually cut as many of these as you want, or as many of these as you want, and the bottom. That's all you actually need to do. So, you know, you would just cut these out. And then you got the top, of course, which I need to make a different color altogether. And I need to bring it home so it's on top. I snap it to that corner right there. And I can grab this and swing it back in. I can grab that and swing it back in. That's basically how I did it. Now if I wanted to cut it, I wouldn't have done all the rotations and stuff or did the fills. It would have just been to keep them at a 90-degree angle and everything, you know, 90 and 45 and whatever. But you can set up these drawers any way you want. You can put dividers in there just the same way as I did on here. It's basically up to you because it's your box. I hope you got some information out of this. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them in the box below. And until next time, happy carving. Later.